Welcome to Moments with Marianne. This is your host, Marianne Pastana. We're here today with special guest, Cerita Battles, Head of Community and Affordable Lending at Chase Bank. So owning a home is the American dream, but not fully understanding how the process works can turn into a financial nightmare for first-time buyers. Well, today's guest is here to share with us how to overcome just that. So welcome to the show, Cerita Battles.
Thank you, Marianne. I'm glad to be here.
Well, what an honor it is to have you here and to talk about this. Well, we hear it's such a difficult time for many people, especially for first-time homebuyers. Can you say what's the biggest hurdle besides the down payment? Because I think a lot of times people think the down payment's it.
Yes, they do. And it's often the interest rate first, then it's the down payment, but they forget about the closing costs that are associated with purchasing a home. And so those closing costs are really centered around home buyer insurance, appraisal fee, title insurance, inspection fees. In addition to that, there's also application fee and processing fee that most times people don't think about. And most of the time, these fees are unavoidable. And so therefore, it's necessary to know what they are, but to also know the ones that you can negotiate. And so when I think about the negotiation of fees, you have the ability to negotiate your home buyer's insurance as well as your title insurance. You can shop around for the best rate or fees associated with those. And then I would also say the application fee and the processing fee, those are typically fees that are charged by the bank or the lender, and they're also negotiable. And one should shop around and make sure that they're getting the best fees possible when it comes to the application fee and the processing fee. The last thing that I will say, and this is a good thing about working with the bank or working with a lender and making sure that you're shopping around, is that a lot of those banks and lenders are also aware or may have down payment assistance programs that can help not only lower your interest rate or contribute a little bit to your down payment, but they can also defray some of the costs associated with your closing cost. And so those fees or those hidden fees that I talked about can be defrayed if you're working with a bank or a lender that has access to down payment assistance programs that can help you defray some of those costs.
My goodness, that is like thousands of dollars of savings right there that most people never even consider. Right.
Absolutely.
My goodness. Well, what are some of the most helpful tips for first-time home buyers looking to enter the market this fall?
I would say probably the one that I would mention and probably the most important is understanding that when they're looking for a home or when they're entering this process, that they don't have to do it alone. I would say that they need to surround themselves with subject matter experts. And those experts are, number one, your local bank. Whoever you have your savings and your checking account with or your relationship with, start there. If you don't have a banking relationship, then there's an opportunity for you to shop around for a lender of choice that can also help you navigate the whole mortgage process. And then the next person that should be included in this process is your realtor. And so making sure that you find a realtor that can help you navigate the process of identifying and finding a home that can also work with your bank or lender of choice to make sure that they're all like rallying around you to help you through this process. Here are some of the things that they can do. Number one is that they can help you qualify for the home. Because most often we make assumptions around our qualifications. We might think that our FICO score is too low, or we might think that our debt to income ratio is too high, or we don't have enough money, or whatever the case may be. But your bank or your lender can tell you, okay, here are the qualifications for this particular loan, and we can help you meet these qualifications. In addition to that, they also have an opportunity to get you pre-approved for the house. And so again, when you have your pre-approval, that is your ticket to play, because now you can work with your realtor, you can go out there and you can start to search for homes that meet your specific needs. And sellers are encouraged to work with borrowers or buyers that are pre-approved because they know that the process is going to go more efficiently and they know it's going to be effective and that they can sell that house pretty quickly. And so I will land the plane by saying this: make sure that you understand that you don't have to go it alone, and make sure that you surround yourself with a team of individuals that can help you navigate this process of homeownership and help you realize your dream of homeownership.
So, is it different when we look at closing costs and the other costs associated if we are going through different types of lenders? Or is going through a bank something that's going to really save us money in the long run?
And so I'm going to answer that question and basically say that it's always good to start with your local bank and who you have a relationship with, but it's also necessary to shop around. Because at the end of the day, you are your own best advocate in this process. And you want to make sure that the fees and the things that you're being charged, and also I would say that the relationship that you have, that you are working with a trusted advisor, someone that you have trust in, that is leading you through that process. And so again, I would always start with my local bank, but then I would also shop around to make sure that I'm getting the best fees associated with my mortgage, so that I'm in a space where I can not only attain home ownership, but I can also sustain it.
So, what are some of the best tools and resources available to help prepare house hunters?
Yes, there are a lot of tools and resources that are available. A lot of them are available online and they are free. This is what I love because there's a lot of online tools and they're free. But what I will encourage people to do is if you visit chase.com/afford, there are a host of tools and resources that we have out there available to you. Those tools consist of affordability calculators, where you can actually go in and put in whatever your down payment is going to be. And you can kind of mess with that a little bit. You can put 1,000, you can put 10,000, whatever the case may be. But it will also give you the monthly mortgage payment that you will have so that you can bake that into your budget to see whether or not you can afford that home over the long run. Secondly, we also have videos and podcasts that are available out there, that will also give you testimonials of those first-time home buyers that have gone through the process. It's always encouraging to hear what others have gone through so that you can understand whatever the pitfalls may be or their experience and how they went about their experience. And then the last thing that I will talk about is really those tools that help you find those down payment assistance programs that I was telling you about. On chase.com/afford, we do have a home buyer assistance finder tool, and that tool will allow you to find the down payment assistance programs that are available in your particular area of where you're buying that home. In addition to that, Chase has grant and down payment assistance programs that can also be leveraged in conjunction with those other state and local programs, which will give you more down payment to be able to make that house more affordable for you. And so again, lots of tools and resources, most of which are available online. And again, they are free of charge.
That is just amazing to have those resources available for people. Most people don't even know that that's something that they can really be able to have access to.
Absolutely. You have access to those tools and resources, and then you cannot forget the opportunity that you have to call your loan officer, or in the case of Chase, your community home lending advisor or your home lending advisor. And so again, there are people that are ready and available to support you, but you can also do a lot of that research online by leveraging those tools and resources.
Is there any benefit to buying a home in fall versus the spring or summer?
I often think that it is just because of the competitive environment during the spring and summer months. Usually that's when kids are out of school, the sun is out, and people are shopping. And it's extremely competitive during those months. So sometimes it might be hard to be able to find a home that's affordable or the inventory that's available for you because everybody is out there shopping. But in the fall and winter months, when the kids go back to school, those are the times where sellers are eager to sell their homes. And oftentimes there's not a whole lot of competition out there. And so therefore, if you can get in the game, sellers are eager to sell. And oftentimes you might get a better price for that home. The last thing I will also say, just in and around this space, is that there is always a good time to buy a home, especially when you're financially prepared. So no matter the season or no matter the rate environment, if you're financially prepared, there's always a good time to buy.
Can you share that website with us one more time? It has so much great resources on it.
Absolutely. Please visit us at chase.com/afford.
Well, Cerita, thank you so much for taking the time to be on the show with us here today.
Thank you for having me, Marianne.
Well, thank you, Cerita. It has been such an honor to spend this time with you and to talk about the affordable lending at Chase Bank. Make sure to visit chase.com/afford to learn about the grants and the opportunities available to you. Well, we're at the end of our time today. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. You've been listening to Moments with Marianne, where we make every moment count.
In a single moment, your life can change. Moments with Marianne is a transformative hour that covers an endless array of topics with the best of the best. Her guests are leaders in their fields, ranging from inspirational authors, top industry leaders, and business and spiritual entrepreneurs. Each guest is gifted and a true visionary, a recognized leader in her own work, and while teaching others to develop, refocus, and grow, Marianne will bring the best guest and sometimes a special surprise. Don't miss this. You never know just which moment will change your life forever. Make sure to tune in and visit momentswithmarianne.com for more information.